that I've graphed, show you where we're really at in the flow and the things that worry me.
Good.
Because if
Good. That's good.
if we start this too soon,
I
what
agree.
you're gonna see is
Deborah.
it ain't gonna be good.
Hey, Deborah.
Hey,
Hi, Deborah.
I'm looking forward to this, Jeff.
Yeah, right.
She's excited.
He's going to tell us some good news so we can get rid of this virus.
Yeah, I wish we could.
I wish we could, yeah.
Wish we could. Yeah.
Major, you know, one of the things I thought about, I'm sorry to interrupt, but just before I forget, could we record this and then I could post this meeting on the Facebook page?
I just
Good
started
idea.
the recording just a minute ago.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm going to post it up onto the website as well. So,
Perfect.
Oh, okay.
yeah, basically what I'll do is I'll just load it up into YouTube and then send you a link there for the Facebook and then also for our website.
Oh, that's
Great. Great.
Speaking of which, the website, I'm glad I mentioned that. I have a request for everyone that is a member to please go on there and sign up for the website. I had a situation this morning that I could have really used. I couldn't find my little list anywhere, or yesterday, I'm sorry. Couldn't find my little list anywhere. I did find it eventually in my notebook in the back room, but
right.
I needed to have some trees cut down. And I didn't have my list to check on anyone, and I checked our website. There's no one there on the website that does it, and so I hired somebody this morning. Then while I was on another group meeting,
It's 12 o'clock.
Oh, I'm sorry. We don't have a website. We need a website.
We need a website. That would help. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, do we have a website? I've never seen it. You know.
No, you're
Yeah.
absolutely right. We don't.
No, we don't have. We do not have a website.
I was thinking about the Bang. I was
Right.
thinking about the Bang group. I'll tell you what. I'll build one for us, no charge or anything like that for New Horizon Breakfast. I did one for Bang group, and so that we can go on there and post stuff like our videos and like the other stuff.
Is it better, I guess, you know, to do that on a website than on the Facebook?
I think that you need to do both.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably do.
Redundancy is a very good thing.
Well, quite honestly, just like he was saying, that is a good thing. But you think about it, if you start posting these videos and you want to go back and you're like, what was so-and-so saying, you know, Jeff saying about this? Now you're going to have to scroll Facebook, and you know what a pain in the butt it is to find anything on Facebook.
Yeah.
Whereas if
Oh,
you
they're
go to
right.
the website, you don't have to scroll through other stuff. You can just scroll through that. And I mean, yeah, you've got some search functionality, but Facebook sucks. So
Right.
it's just nice to have the site.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
so much more we can do with the website.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, so it's just a matter of putting it together.
Doing it.
Yeah.
You know, who hosts your websites, Major? You know, where you use a server, or how is that? How do you do that?
The server that I use there is it used to be called oneandone.com.
Okay.
And I have about 8 websites I'm running on it right now.
Okay.
So I can it's unlimited space that I have.
Okay. Okay. Good. So you have good experience with them.
Yeah, I've had experience for about 8 years with them, and just
Awesome.
like everyone else, I've tried a number of different over the years. You know, I've been doing this for 20 some odd years, so I've tried a number of different places over the years, GoDaddy, all the other ones, and I've really liked what I've seen with they've changed their name to Ionis. But I always call them oneandone.com.
Right.
They were originally strictly for businesses. They are international, and so they sent me a link at one time and said, "Would you like to try us out? We'll give you 1 year free."
Hello.
And I said, yeah, I'll try it out, and I've stayed with them.
you know, my church that I'm a member of, they had to change servers with, you know, posting the services and the, you know, services online, because the server they were using was so erratic and would cut off, and it wasn't, you know. So some servers, I'm gathering, are a lot better than other servers.
Yeah, but everyone is going to crash sometime. There's going to be problems somewhere. I remember a few years back, maybe 4 or 5 of them, they had kind of like internet wars going on between like AT&T and some of the others. And so they would
still
block
do.
off. Yeah, and they would block off where you couldn't get from one place to another. But everyone's going to go down sometime.
Okay. Now, Major, when we start, when Jeff starts speaking, you could mute everybody. So-
That's exactly what that's what I started to say a while ago. I'm going to put everybody on mute when we start. If you have something to say, you will be able to unmute yourself.
But there's just so much extreme noise. I don't want it to interfere with Jeff. So, anyway, I
Jeff,
guess we should get our meeting started, huh?
Yeah, I would think so.
Sherry,
Jeff,
you
are you
know,
gonna-
Sherry's
I
got
see Bob and Paul on.
Sherry's got right here at her house.
Yes, she's trying to get her internet fixed, you know?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So I
And David's on.
posted this link on our Facebook page, but I don't think I see Kristen. I'm happy to see
Kristen's
Kristen,
there.
but
Mhm.
don't see anybody else new. I don't know how good that, you know, people, how, you know, how good it is. There's Doris has just come on. And
People
Frank-
are,
Good.
people are worried about what's going on in their life right now.
Well, I know, but it's going to be over soon.
It'll get better.
Hopefully.
It'll definitely get better.
Hopefully.
There's no doubt about it.
Warm out to God's ears.
Mhm.
I know. Oh,
I'll tell you something that I started doing because I realized last week, I may have mentioned it, but last week I realized that since we're all stuck at home, there's no reason why I couldn't go and join and visit other networking group across the country, and go with the Zoom type of meetings that they would have.
yeah, you
virtual
could
meetings.
visit any group.
Yeah.
And how
I
is it?
joined. Well, I've joined about 4 different groups so far. I've gone through Meetup, I've gone through Facebook groups, and there's always Google to fall back on as well. So I've joined 4 of them. I have yet to do any Zoom meetings as of yet, and there may be. What I'm finding is that some of them aren't doing the Zoom meetings, so I may be able to. I may be able to talk them into it, and I'll host it for them.
Yeah, that would be smart.
Really smart.
You can do websites for people all over the country. There's no reason.
My industry is global, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can, that's great for you. A lot of us, you know, we're local and we can't,
right.
but, and I've got to talk to you, Susan, about the flowers for my mother. I guess
Oh, okay.
after, but I definitely want to order, you know, her flowers for Mother's Day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of people
Actually-
are putting orders in.
Actually, I need to do that as well.
Okay, great. Great.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna go. It's 12:07. I'm gonna go ahead and mute everyone, and we can get started with Jeff.
Awesome.
Oh, I'm starting?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, okay. That's fine. So I figured what I
Well-
would do.
Okay, Jeff, hang on. Let me unmute you. Okay, there you go.
Okay. I figured what I would do, I'd kind of split this up into 2 pieces. One, to kind of give you an idea on what I've been watching on how this thing is infecting our cells. And then I went to the Galveston County Health Department and took off their data and put it into a graph form, okay? So that you can get a picture of what's really happening. I'm going to try sharing my screen. I'm going to share my whiteboard first, and then we'll go from there. So as soon as this thing, are y'all getting the whiteboard? Yeah, okay. Okay. So here's a cell. And here's the nucleus. So here's the nucleus. I'm just going to abbreviate it, NUC. And in the nucleus, we have DNA in there, right? That DNA gets translated into RNA, and then that RNA goes out into our cell. Now I'm going to split this cell like this. And then this RNA codes for a protein. And then that protein is used in our cells for all types of functions. Now in our cell membrane, we have these proteins in them, and we call them receptors. And there's one particular one that's used by this virus, and it's called ACE. It has a really long name. I'm not gonna write it out. Just remember that it's the ACE receptor. Now this virus, it's an RNA virus, and it has these, what everybody refers to, spike proteins. And so it's got its RNA inside this envelope. Now this spike protein can chemically bind here. And when it binds here, the RNA gets moved into the cell. Got it? Now, when our RNA is out into the cytoplasm, it gets tagged, and we get this thing called a 5' cap and a poly A tail. Now, this creates a signal for ribosomes that's out in the cytoplasm to bind to the RNA and then begin to create these proteins. Now, when the virus bonds with this ACE receptor, it injects its RNA. Well, guess what? Its RNA already has the signal on it. So that our ribosomes can bind to it and create what we call a enzyme, so that it can begin to make copies of itself. So it's already hijacking our cells. And because it's properly tagged, our ribosomes will translate it into the enzyme that it needs to make multiple copies. Multiple copies. Whole bunch of them. Get it? Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. And so this is in your airway. And So you think about your lungs, yes? And in your airway where you have the alveolar sacs, the alveoli, and you got blood vessels, right, that are involved with bringing blood back to the lungs so we can get gas exchange. We got CO2 inside our veins that we want to get out through our mouth. And then we want oxygen to come in and then be transported around our body. Well, this virus, once our innate immune system begins to recognize it, in some cases, it causes a lot of inflammation, and that inflammation interferes with the gas exchange. And so people can't breathe. And that's why they've been trying to put them on ventilators to force oxygen in to get rid of the CO2, to keep them alive. Does that make sense? Yeah, I'm not going to get real technical about it. There's one group that I read a paper from here recently that they're also indicating that T cells have a receptor on here that matches up with one of these other ones, and it can bind. And it'll put the RNA in the T cell. And it'll put more RNA in the T cell. However, they believe that it's not replicating in the T cell. And so their concern is what happens to the T cell, because the T cells presents parts of the virus, once it gets broken down properly, to other cells, particularly B cells. Sorry, this is all messy, but the B cells then produce antibodies. Make sense? Now, if this T cell can't produce pieces of the virus to the B cell, then the antibody production is going to be really low and not be able to come back here and clear this virus. But they're going to do studies to confirm this. The thing that they're worried about is once there gets to be a lot of copies of the viral RNA genome in it, this cell may stimulate apoptosis, or another word for that, cell death. So now you kill off your T cell, and our antibodies aren't getting produced by the B cells to go back and protect us. Does that make sense? Is everybody following that? Okay. If you're not following it, let me know, because I'm trying to break it down as simplistic as I possibly can. So that's what's going on molecularly. So I also went and this week and started searching the Galveston County, where's it at? I think it's this one. The Galveston County Health Department. And here is what's happening in Galveston County. All right. So they're posting the number of total cases in the community, which is the blue bar graphs. They're posting the number of active cases, which is the golden color. And the green color are the people that are recovering from the virus. See the green? And then the yellow will be down here at the bottom, the deaths. Well, the first case that we had in Galveston County, according to their website, was 313. Right here. On 323, we were issued the stay-at-home order. And by 323, they had reported we had already 18 cases in Galveston County. So that's how many days. So about 10 days. 10 days, we go to 18 cases. Okay. Now, the first recovery reported happened on March 25th. That's a 12-day differential. So what they've been reporting, the University of Texas has a lady that started working on this to see about how long, once you're exposed, would you begin producing symptoms. And they said usually about the 4th or 5th day, you could start producing symptoms. But other people have been reporting this whole 12 days. Okay, so if that's true, right, if that's true, then this 12-day period is really important. Because as you watch what happens here to the blue lines, the blue bar graphs, the number of cases start increasing fairly rapidly. We're right now today, well, yesterday, 554 cases in Galveston County. Galveston County has 335,000 roughly people in it, according to the website that I found with population numbers. Okay, now notice what's happening with the gold bars. So right after the first case, we then begin to get, after the first person is now recovered, and we got 27 cases out there in the population, then we jump to 40, then we jump to 49. Okay, now watch what happens between the 25th, and what day did I want to, oh yeah, here's the other day that I wanted to specify. So the 25th, and then the time of our first point in which recoveries are more than cases happens right here on the 24th. The green bar is larger than the gold bar. So we've got more recoveries than we do people with active cases right now. That was the first day that we had an inversion of the data. Well, how many days is that total between them? It's 42. It took 42 days to get to this point in our community. Well, on the 25th, we still have the inversion. Now notice how the bars, you got this peak right here on the 13th, 276. Notice how it's starting to go down. You see the trend? We get over here, and then it starts to drop off. And our recoveries go up. This is a good place to be. Okay, well, the 42-day issue is really important, because what happens if we send our whole population out too soon? Does this invert back to escalating again? And if it does, are they going to send us back into lockdown? And if they send us back into lockdown, then you can expect another 42 days. Does that make sense? Everybody get that? So potentially, if we just look at the data, we want to keep the gold bars going down, which is the active number of cases, and we want to keep the recoveries going up. And then we want to keep the new cases leveling off and decreasing. But if we go out into the population too soon, then it's possible this could invert, and then the active cases start back up, and the number of new cases begin to increase. And if that happens, then we probably got another 42 days of being locked down. Now, if these government officials are not really thinking about this clearly, this could get a whole lot nastier. So why don't we just let this go down to where we get very few cases and a lot of recoveries? We've already done this not much time. What's it going to hurt to do another 3 weeks to even be on the safer side? Well, if our government would get their act together and get people supported like they're supposed to, then this would be a piece of cake. But apparently, they never had a plan. And so here we are sitting. Okay. The other thing, there's a lot of testing problems to do with the particular test, which is called, in short, RT-PCR, but reverse transcriptase polymerase chain recombination. This test is very sensitive, but if you do not get a good sample, then this test is going to produce a lot of false results. And right now, you've got a whole bunch of people trying to go to the antibody test. Well, how sensitive is their test really? That we don't know, but they're starting to flood the market with it. And how reliable the antibody test really is, I have no clue. I have no clue. And if this virus really starts interfering with the immune system, with the T cells like that one group was thinking, then this antibody test, it may be worthless. I don't know. That's just a possibility. There's a young man out in California named Jacob Glanville. He has been studying the SARS virus for a long time. And they had made some very specific antibodies to that SARS virus. Well, this virus is a SARS virus. So what they began to do is modify their antibodies to make it have a high affinity for this SARS-CoV-2. And now he's supposed to have his antibodies being tested by a military base out in Bethesda, so they can determine if these antibodies that you would inject people with would be able to do the job. So that's it in a nutshell. Does anybody got any questions?
Yes, Jeff. What are T cells used for?
So the T cells take part of a foreign invader and introduce it to other cells that will help us create antibodies.
Okay, and the B cells create the antibodies.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are two more lines of cells, but that's just the easiest to go to.
In your, research of this, Jeff, is this virus natural or man-made or
So,
combo?
yeah, so there's been a bunch of people, um, compare the sequence to the bats,
Right.
and they're very closely related. If this was going to be something man-made as a bioweapon, they would have used something much more effective, like smallpox, and manipulated it. I don't believe this is a bioweapon at all.
Okay.
There's a lot of rhetoric. You just can't listen to it.
Okay.
You got to go. You got to go look at. You got to go look at real research.
Is there any thought or explanation as to why there are some people who they have it and they have no symptoms?
Yeah. So I was listening to one physician. He's a pulmonologist. He's out in California, and he's treating a lot of cases. And it could be that depending on how well your immune system is, how healthy it is, in short, could be responding a lot sooner than other people
Okay.
in protecting them. But the jury is still out on that answer. Yeah. This could end up being a huge nightmare. And will the vaccines work? Luckily, there was some research done right a few weeks after it started coming here, and they injected the monkey. There are certain monkeys that you use that's as close to humans as possible,
Right.
and so they tested the monkeys. They gave the monkeys the virus. The monkeys recovered. They created antibodies to it, and so they came back and gave them huge doses of the virus, and the monkeys didn't come down with the virus again.
Really?
Yeah.
So then that says if you've had the virus and recovered, you're immune for
Well-
this period of time. We don't know how long you're immune.
Well, it says the monkeys are. It doesn't say humans are.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But you use the monkeys because they're as close to humans as we get.
Why is it, Jeff, that we have to take a flu shot every year? Once you get the flu, you're not, because the flu changes all the time?
Yeah, that's right. In short, that's right. See, this is an emerging virus. It isn't like the flu. It's an emerging virus. Human population had never ever been exposed to it. And that's the other thing that really worried people, because if the human population had never been exposed to it, then there's no antibody protection in the human population. And so humans aren't protected. And so this is one of the reasons why it can spread so quickly.
So we don't have herd immunity at
Correct.
all. Yes.
Correct. And to get herd immunity could be very detrimental to the public.
Lots of deaths.
Now, there's also a lot of research that's saying that the virus was here a lot sooner than what we thought. So we could have had a lot of people exposed to it, not knowing. And some of those people maybe had hardly any symptoms at all, never went to the doctor. They may not even know that they had that.
Yeah.
In a way, that would be good, because if we are creating antibodies to it and it is protecting us, well, in the long run, that's really good, because they're not going to get sick again, and then they're not going to spread it again.
Right.
But, the jury's still out on all that.
Mm. There's a thought that I have, Jeff, about taking the vaccine. I would never want to take the vaccine to begin with, because you really don't know what the reaction is going to be, do you?
So when they create vaccines, they don't use the part of the virus per se that causes disease. You got it?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's all been removed. They use a piece that they know that's very stable, that's not changing over time, that won't harm you. And so you give that to people so your body can produce antibodies to that particular piece and have a target if you're ever exposed to it again.
Okay.
I'm not afraid of vaccines at all. And if they were to produce one, I would personally take it.
Jeff, do you have any information on how well the drug is working at the Texas City nursing home that they're trying out there?
So you're talking about the hydroxychloroquine over there?
Yes.
Yeah. So that physician, he says it's doing really well, but that's anecdotal, right? That's not proper research.
I know they keep saying about the anecdotal and all of that, Jeff, but what else do we have, right now? So,
Well, that's why they're trying to repurpose all these drugs that have been developed for other viruses that they know could perhaps work with them, would perhaps work with this.
well, my understanding is that drug used in Texas City is deals with or works on inflammation, and that's why it's working. It doesn't kill the virus or do anything like that. It works on the inflammation that's built up in the lungs so badly and helps to
Yes.
get rid of that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So it gives your body time to recover, to create antibodies to get rid of this freaking virus.
Before you suffocate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
then that would be, it would certainly be worth a try.
Look, man, look, if I had it, I'd say give it to me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because I know what it's like to have asthma and you feel like you're suffocating.
Me too.
Yeah, so you get it. I can't even imagine what this would feel like.
Okay, any other questions? And then we'll go and do our 1-minute introductions.
How long? Well, just one last question while we have Jeff here. They keep talking about it coming back in the fall or late fall, Jeff. I mean, now that the whole world is, we've got this corona, the COVID-19 virus in the world. I guess we're going to have this for the rest of our lives. This is never going to go away.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. We got to get a vaccine. We got to get some type of medicine that attacks it, vaccine to protect us, or you create herd immunity. Herd immunity is going to be really hard on the population. Look at the number of cases in New York. Be thankful that Mayor Turner closed that rodeo down.
Oh, yeah.
Because, man, that would have been a mess.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been a mess. And this may be a whole different situation for us. So there was one other thing that a lot of people are talking about, UV light. Well, there are three types of UV light, UVA, B, and C. UVA and B penetrate all the way to the earth. That's what helps contribute to our skin cancer. But the one that's really effective is UVC. UVC doesn't get to the surface of the earth. So you use that with a particular light to disinfect or to have what they call bactericidal conditions. It kills everything, right? And you have to be very careful with those types of light sources, because if you're around them, they'll burn the hell out of you. So there's a lot going on with the UV A, B, and C right now, but they published some papers some time ago on where's it at? UV SARS biodefense. This paper right here was published, and you can see the name of it: Predicted Inactivation of Viruses Relevant to Biodefense by Solar Radiation. And ultimately what they found was that the wavelength of light right here, UV 254, is the one that corresponds to the UVC, if I remember correctly. And that's the one that could wipe all these viruses that they tested it against. UVA and UVB takes a really long time for that to happen. So people are running around talking about UV light. Well, yeah, it does some work. It does help us, but it's not the end all be all.
I think they're experimenting with it at Cedars-Sinai in Los Angeles.
They may be.
Okay.
They may be. But these guys did that work some time ago, and they did that work on purpose, because they were trying to counteract any bioterrorism. So
Okay.
anyway, that's it.
Oh, thank you, Jeff. Thank you so much.
I hope it helps, and I hope it was understandable.
It
I
was.
tried to keep it in simple terms.
It's understandable. Hopefully this opening up of Texas now, on Friday, the 25%, we're going to be able to, people need to still be smart and washing hands, and I guess wearing face masks when they're in crowded or public conditions, and don't be stupid.
South Korea has a good handle on this, because they're doing the face mask. They started them immediately. They've had experience with SARS before, and they didn't wait around. And their population is not afraid to disclose information about their identities. You need to go read a lot of that information that's coming out of South Korea, and you'll really understand why they got this thing under control better than what we do.
Thank you, Jeff, for all your research to get that done for us. I appreciate it.
You're
I
welcome,
want to give
Sherry.
everybody a chance to do their 1-minute introductions and tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do. If you want to tell us how you're doing with this shut-in and how your business is still going, and something that we can help you with as far as referrals for the next week. So Paula, you're the first one on my screen. You want to go first?
Sure. Sure. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah. Thanks, everyone, for coming to the video conference today. And we are open in my office, but we're not letting any customers in the back where our offices are past the front counter right now. I think as things progress, we might get a little more lax with that. But right now, just for me and Tammy's safety, we're just meeting the people that come in at the front counter. And honestly, nobody's really been in here but Chef Pat and the postman. So people have started getting their 25% off of their April premium. I know Farmers announced they were going to rebate everyone 25% of their auto insurance premium because no one was driving. And now I'm starting to see that come through on their installment bills. And if you pay in full, you'll get a refund check. So it's nice that I'm getting calls about that, and now I can actually answer that question. So other than that, we're open for business. If anyone's looking for a quote, please let us know. And thanks again.
Very good. Okay, the Warfords, I see Frank and Doris. You want to go next?
You gotta mute.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry, I meant to say good afternoon. My name is Frank Walker. I'm the owner of Sacramento Photography, and I can provide photography and videography for any event that are hosted. And I am probably the healthiest person on this webinar because I followed the advice of Doris is telling me to be quiet, so I'll leave that one alone.
Special people, special people. Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Doris Warford. My company is Trinot. We specialize in the top two concerns of the world right now, health and wealth education. We have some wonderful, wonderful products that can help people improve or support their immune system. But no, we do not have the answer or the cure for coronavirus. But you know, a healthy body is your best defense.
Amen.
So we have products that could potentially help you with that inflammation, that could potentially help you support that immune system. Our products are plant-based, so it's kind of like what God intended the body to have. But now we've kind of moved away from that with the cooked and the processed foods and the eating out. So let's all get healthy. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. You can order online. The products are shipped directly to you. If you need something really quickly, I can do a porch drop-off for you. I'm Doris Warford with Trinot, where we're helping people get healthy, not high.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Okay, Susan Weiss, you're the next one on the screen. You want to go?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Susan Riquet Weiss, and I do Power by Riquet. So I'm doing a lot of electricity business. Thank God for that. I'm glad I'm doing that on the side because now it's become a full-time job. So, and that's been great. I've gotten a lot of business from Nextdoor. Thank you very much. I think from Sherry and from Deborah. They're really calling me from Nextdoor. So that Nextdoor is working for you in your areas. I'm on Nextdoor here in Bayou Vista area, but I'm not. People are a little skeptical, I guess, out in this way to even consider that. So, but anyways, I'm doing really, really good with that. And of course, all of my events, all spring and summer events have postponed to the late fall and next year. So I don't really have a lot going on for the flower part of it. So so the energy business is doing great. The rates are low, and I'm telling everybody that if it's time to renew, go ahead and renew right away. I just got a new customer that has been with one of their, companies that's been around for a really, really long time. And we all know who that is. And they're on a month to month and didn't even realize, and we're paying 17 cents a kilowatt. And they use over 3,000 kilowatts a month.
Oh.
So,
my gosh.
So they were wondering why their bill was $500 and $600 a month. And I let them know right away that, that's why. And that you really need to look at your bill. If you haven't looked at it, to make sure that you're not on a contract, you need to get on a contract. And anyways, I ended up saving them $300 a month.
Wow.
Yeah,
Holy
so
moly.
it's huge. Yeah, it was huge. And they were going, oh my God. They have a pool and a big house, and it goes on and on and on. So yeah, it can really eat up your money. So 300, and they make pretty good money, but they said, $300 a month is, they were ecstatic about it.
Yes, I bet.
I bet.
So you'd be surprised how many people out there are just not even paying attention to their bill. So if they're if you talk to them and they haven't paid attention to the bill, I told them to just take a picture and text it to me. That's the
Yeah.
easiest. They don't have to download it. They don't have to, scan it. They don't have to do anything. Just take a picture, email it to me, and I'll tell them what their rates are. So
Great.
that's no problem. So
I'll let them know that on Nextdoor the next time too. But I
Yeah,
always
that's-
post it.
well, they're
when
all sending
somebody-
them. All the next door people you're sending me that they tell me is they're taking a picture. I just tell them to take a picture and send it to me, and they do it, and it's been really fast and real convenient.
Okay, good.
So yeah, it's great. So
Good.
thanks, I appreciate that.
Man, I can't imagine that light bill being that much. That's freaking
Unbelievable.
Crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money to anybody.
David, you want to go next?
David, unmute. Unmute. There you go.
Where's he at? There he is.
There he is.
There he is, but are you muted?
No, he unmuted, but can we hear him? He needs to click on his audio.
No, we don't hear you.
Click on your audio. He's talking, but we can't hear him.
He's looking at it.
Is that better?
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I had to change my microphone. Okay, thanks.
Oh,
There you
hi,
go.
David.
No,
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm in my office. The parking lot in the building's empty, so it's nice. I've been able to come up to work every day. I'm meeting with all my clients, using these kind of systems, so it's actually been just fine. For anybody interested, at 3:30 today, I am putting on a markets and economic update webinar for my clients. So if you have any interest, just email me and I'll send you the link and everything. But business is great. The market was, looks like it was at its bottom over a month ago, and it's slowly been moving up ever since. So it is possible, could always go down again, but I think I'm hoping that we've seen kind of the bottom and things will start to look rosier. Yeah. Thank you.
I bet it takes off.
Yeah, I think it's going to take off.
Yeah, and I know, Jeff, I know that's the risk with closing down for another 3 weeks is for every week you close, there are going to be some businesses that just never open again. So
Yeah,
I know that that's the struggle is between the health and the economic stuff. That's tough.
Okay, Miss Pam, would you like to go next?
Okay. Hi, can
There
you hear
you
me?
are.
Yeah.
Yes, we can
Yes.
hear you.
Hey, everybody. It's great to see you. It's been too long.
Yes.
Goodness.
Mhm.
Well, I first of all have to say I'm so thankful for Chef Pat bringing us food.
That's great.
Oh, those meals have really helped. So anyway, Todd said the other day, when this is all over, we're really going to miss those Chef Pat meals. Like, yeah. It's like having a personal chef. So
Oh,
anyway,
Mhm.
I hope he'll keep doing that. But anyway, you see, I love Aruba. I'm pretending
Yeah, I
like
love
it's
Aruba.
fun.
I love Aruba. Yeah.
Oh, goodness. But
I
we're
really enjoyed your newsletter with Galapagos
Galapagos.
Ghost Islands. It was great.
Wasn't that a great video?
Yes.
Well, good. It's hard to know what to say to people right now. So I've been trying to,
Yeah.
talk to them about, well, the world's still a beautiful place. There's still a lot of great places to go. And
It is. That's
I mean,
right.
of course, my business is just, it's been like being blasted out of the water. So, normally summer we have spring and summer, so many trips. They've almost all canceled. Some have delayed, but oh my goodness, it has been bad. It has been bad. So, but I'm changing some things. We're seeing all the research is showing people probably for a while want to stay maybe in the States. They may want to go places that are a little more secluded. So we're, it kind of coincides with U.S. river cruises. I love my hair. It's so goofy. U.S. river cruises have finally become a thing that I can recommend because used to the ships they used were just, I wouldn't put anybody on them. So I'm kind of changing up some things on my website and some stuff like that. But you know, there are some options to do things that people are wanting, and I'm having to carefully weigh how far do I get off of what I actually do. So anyway, but I love referrals. I've got quite a few people who are talking about, you know, they realize right now it's bad, but it's going to be better.
It will be.
And so I've got people booking for 21, people for 22. You know, I had mentioned to you guys that European travel was huge for this year. Canceled it a couple of times, maybe during one of the world wars, but they're going to do it in 2022. So, okay, well, we're shifting people over. And anyway, so if you know people that realize that, yeah, things will be better,
They
I'd
will
love to
be.
talk to them. And I'm trying to just make myself stay busy doing some just little piddly process things that I probably should have upgraded or changed that, you know, were not very interesting to me, but I'm like, nope, you're going to get all this done while you've got this little chunk of time. So I'm kind of making myself keep at stuff that really isn't all that exciting. But anyway, like, oh goody, let me go do this thing that I don't want to do. But anyway, I will say all the, you know, whether it's cruise lines or tour companies or whatever, they're really trying to help people out. And, you know, the news likes for us to be hysterical. The news loves to jump on the cruise lines and act like everything has been their fault. No, it's not their fault. It's just being in a confined space, you know, so. But a lot of things will be changing in different policies and all that. So anyway, but we have a new dog. You've probably seen on Facebook, Samson.
Mm-hmm. Yes, cute.
He's at my feet right now, being a very good boy. Yay! Because he is.
Yeah, mine's having problems. She's hearing all these noises. She's hearing all this, everybody talking, and so she didn't know how to deal with it.
Well, I can't pick Samson up. Yeah.
Huh?
Is it a Bichon?
Yeah, it's a Bichon poodle. Yeah, there's Joan. Yeah, see, there she is. Hi.
She's so cute. Well, I can't pick Samson up.
No.
Oh.
I have to, we're still working on the off, you know, because he likes to put his feet like here, and he's like here in my face. It's like,
right.
Okay, that's not really appropriate. But anyway, so that's, and I found an online dog trainer lady that we did an online lesson.
Oh, cool.
To kind of help a little bit. Of course, when things get more normalized, we're going to have some real lessons where she gets with him and we have some really intensive training, but
yeah,
we've got plenty to work on. Anyway, but it's so good to see everybody. It's really,
yeah, it's great seeing you.
This is really,
you.
We have a guest here today. Kristen, I think is the first time you've been here in a long time, Kristen. So you want to tell us a little bit about.
Sure, it has been a hot minute. Thanks, Paula, for sending me the invite to get refreshed with my old school people. It's good to see you all and some new people. So I'm Kristen Day, and I own A Visual Business. So I help small business owners with their online marketing. So that's basically your website, your search engine optimization, and paid ads on Google. So for example, when you go to Google and you type something in, you're going to get about 10 organic listings and 10 paid listings. The organic ones, they get there free, but you have to do the work. So it's not really free, but you know, and you have to work to get there. So I dropped in a free tip and guide for you in the chats. If you can go in there, you can sign up for that and download that for free. That'll give you a couple of tips of things that you can start doing, because this is a great time to be working on your business. Seeing as maybe you might have a little extra time that you didn't before, and spend some time improving your business and your organic rankings. The paid ads, there's about 10 of those. You got to pay to be there. And I do those paid ads on Google, as well as one of my services. You can get there instantly. Well, now, because Google outsources their stuff overseas, they've been a little bit slow on getting ads approved, but that's still one way you can do it too. And like Susan, I've got a little side hustle that's been kind of pretty amazing lately because we got all of our ladies can't go to the nail salons and their nails looking like a hot mess. So I do Color Street, where you can put nail polish strips on your nails. Yes, guys, if you really want it, you can get it too, but this is for ladies. Works great on kids, so little people, your fingers and your toes. So that's my side hustle. That's just kind of something fun, and it's been helpful because, well, you know, the salons are closed, so been able to do that. So if you need any help with your search engine optimization, with your paid ads on Google to get your, so I was going to tell you, so like SEO and pay-per-click, it's basically like if you think of, you know, running, your pay-per-click is your sprint. You're going to get there quickly, and your SEO is like the marathon. It takes a long time to get there, and you have to work to keep it there. And nothing is going to change overnight except for paid ads. But blogging will help too. So hopefully you have your own website and you're blogging on your site. But nice to see some familiar faces and some new ones. And maybe I hope to drop in sometime and see you guys IRL in real life.
Good.
All right.
Thanks.
Sure hope so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Gus, you want to go next?
Yes, I go next. Gus Dude, I'm been 12 years at Primerica. I'm your life insurance agent because David does investments. Yesterday, I got to visit my cousin because I guess he forgot that he had a life policy on his daughter, and I was able to affirm that he does have it, and if he wanted to up his coverage, he could. So I'm keeping myself busy by just visiting my clients and answering questions. And I say the same to you. Just got questions, just talk to me. Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay,
Gus.
thank you. Bob, you haven't gone yet. Bob Rees.
He's muted.
He's got on mute.
He's muted.
Unmute, Bob.
Bob, you're
I
muted.
just did. I'm
Now
Bob
we can
Reed.
hear you.
I have Reasonable Bookkeeping and Tax Service. July 15th is the new quote-unquote filing deadline for all types of returns, both partnerships, corporations, individuals, etc., and the payments that go if you owe money. Also, the first payment of your estimated tax for 20 is also due on July 15. But what I do want to make everybody aware of, this is the time of the year that there are scammers out there posing as IRS and all that, and looking for money and all that. The inspection service has a website that you can go to and report the information to them, whatever you have, if you are being scammed. The website, and I'll send, is tigta.gov. So they are, well, they're part of the Department of the Treasury. They're not part of IRS, and they will take your referral seriously. That's all I've got.
Okay, believe Major is still waiting to go. So Major, you want to go next?
Good afternoon. If you're looking for a major new image on a global scale, click on me. My name is Major Arnault with MajorWebsites.com. I've been staying busy. It's been my experience that I very seldom ever actually meet face to face with the client. Most of the time I connect with people locally or even long distance for their websites. So this is kind of business as usual for me. And I've been working out of my house for decades. So anyway, people are starting to come to me now inquiring about doing a website because I think that they're really thinking that this is something that's going to be going on for a while. And so they have to do business a different way than they've been doing. And so people are looking into getting more e-commerce type of websites if they're selling products, more information websites to get their name out there. Kristen, I don't do the SEO, so definitely we could do something together, probably, if I have a need there. So Anyway, my name is Major Arno with MajorWebsites.com.
Clicker.
Great. And we have somebody on the phone, which I bet is Emron. Is that Emron?
He's muted.
He's muted. You got to unmute.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Good.
Okay. My name is Imran Ghazi with Advanced Computers and Cell Phones. We repair desktop, laptop, cell phone, electronics. We remove virus and spyware from your computers, and any kind of boot problem of your computers, we can do it. Also, we repair and work on corrupted Windows. Another thing I like to suggest to you that there is a hard drive called SSD, solid state hard drive. It's very fast. The price is way down right now. And if you bring it to us, we can change your regular hard drive to SSD, solid state hard drive, which is like 4 times faster than regular computers and a very reasonable price. We also repair cell phones, any kind of screen, especially iPhone and Samsung Galaxy, and any kind of power problem and DC jack port problems. And any kind of electronics you have problem, we can fix it. Now we are open regular hours, 9 to 6, Monday through Friday, and Saturday 11 to 4. And I think we are 100% we are doing business because we are essential, considered essential business, you know. So if you have any problem with your computers, cell phones, you can come and we can help you this time. Thank you very much.
Does that hard drive work with Mac, with the Macintosh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Macintosh. SSD, solid state hard drive, is 4 times faster than regular hard drive.
Okay. Thanks.
Great. Okay,
Thank
Jeff, you want to do yours?
I'm sorry?
You want to do your 60 seconds?
No, let somebody else go. There's no sense. I did all the talking today.
Okay, well, I think that's everybody that's on, right, except me?
And
Is
me,
everybody?
and Deborah.
Deborah. Okay, I missed
Yes.
you. Sorry.
Well, Jeff is the tutoring guy. So if you have any students who need to be tutored, you have to call Jeff and get in touch with
Thank
Jeff
you, Deborah.
because he knows
Thank
what
you.
he's doing. And trust me, a lot of these students have no idea what they're doing. So how to pass all these tests. But anyway, I'm the residential realtor. I'm Deborah Winters Cheney with the Realty Partnership. And business has been very slow. Buyers don't want to go look at houses because they're worried about who's, living in the house and if they're sick and all of that. I am working with a seller right now that unfortunately has a lot of work to do on his house. So it's not listed right now. But what I'm hoping is that when, we can start to get back and people don't get really sick again, I think we're going to have a lot of buyers and sellers wanting to purchase real estate, move real estate, and upgrade, and, get going. I think we have a lot of people who are anxious and hopeful that they can do something this May and June, and get everything together before school hopefully restarts in August. So if you know anybody who's interested in buying or selling, I would appreciate you putting them in touch with me. And I'm so glad, Susan, that Nextdoor is working. Whenever they bring up anything, if they bring up anything about any of the services that our members provide, I'm always putting the name and the phone number, how to get in touch with them on there. But anyway, it's good to see everybody. Thanks.
Amen.
Well, thank you, Deborah. I think everybody's gone now, except for me. And so if anybody has not had their chance to do their 60 seconds, please let me know. But my name is Sherry Ferguson. I'm with J. McPherson Insurance, and I am doing health and life insurance, I'm getting a lot of calls right now from people who have lost their job because of the economy, especially people who are 60 and over in the oil business are being laid off because they are the most expensive employees. So they get to go first. And they don't qualify for Medicare yet because they're not quite 65. So I've had a lot of questions about what they can do in the interim until they can get to Medicare. And I've been helping a lot of those calls that are coming in for that. So if you hear of anybody that's in jeopardy of losing their job or has lost their job and needs some kind of health protection, this is not the time to be going without health insurance. Just let them know that I do have some solutions that will help them get through that time period until they can get to Medicare, or if they're already qualified for Medicare, we can get them on that. So I just wanted to let you all know that. We do have our group meeting here on Wednesdays every week on Zoom until we can get back into the restaurants. My understanding is that they can open on Friday for a 25% attendance inside the restaurant. That would make it very difficult for us to have our meetings, but I will try and go over there sometime and talk to them and ask them what they think.
Maybe May
we would be able to
20th.
come back standing. I'm sorry?
Maybe May 20th we can get in there.
That's what I was going to say. I think that they're going to increase to a 50% attendance in the middle of May or late May. So maybe we can plan on late May or early June, actually getting together and meeting physically, but we will continue doing the Zoom. Thanks to Major for setting this all up so that we can continue to stay in touch with each other until that happens. David, did you have anything you wanted to say as the vice president of the group? You have to unmute.
Yeah, no, not really. I haven't been keeping any stats because nothing's really going on. So no, nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, Deborah, you want to talk about what you did with Meetup and Facebook?
Well, what I'm doing with Facebook, and I need to, you know, put it up on Meetup. I have put notices that we're not meeting right now, but I would like to put the link to the Zoom meeting on Meetup. I don't know what you think about that, Major.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
I think we can try it, but you may be inviting trouble with all the people that have been breaking into the different Zoom.
That's what I was going to say too. You might have.
There have been a couple of people who wanted to join, you know, our Meetup, our network group, and they don't answer the questions, and they're wearing very low-cut shirts, and I decline all those people.
Well, I think that if you want to do the Zoom, it's going to be the same link every week there. If someone asks you, you can put up there, if you would like to join our Zoom meeting, please ask, and then you can send them the link.
Okay, well, I want them to ask, but I also want to know that they're a legitimate business. You know what I mean?
Sure, sure.
So, but yes, okay, I'll do that. I'll do it that way then, Major. Have them ask or contact me or something. Okay.
Pam, do you have anything you want to add?
Oh, I just put in the chat thing. Yeah, have somebody ask you for the link, because oh boy, that can open up a big old can of worms if you just put the link thing out there. And yeah, I've heard some stories that I'm like, oh no. So
Major, can you kick people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, definitely.
That helps.
Kick, mute. I can do permanent mute. Kicking them out, turn them upside down, whatever.
Yeah.
You said, can you kick people? I'm like, well, how do you do that?
Kick them out.
Yeah.
I mean, a legitimate small business owner, I'd love to have them join us. But if they're not legitimate, then we've got to be, you know.
No, yeah, I agree, 100%.
Right.
If they're just asking to join, we might, you know, and you don't know who they are. They
I
might
have
be-
a couple of questions, and if they don't answer the question,
Oh,
I
yeah.
ask them what business they're in and how long they've been in business.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, do something like that.
If they
Paula,
don't
would you-
reply to that,
No,
oh my God.
Oh, they don't even reply to that?
no, they don't answer the questions, but they show a very nice cleavage.
What?
Paula, would you like to, you're the only one that has a guest for today. Would you like to talk about what you do for? You're on mute, Paula.
Unmute,
You're on
Paula.
mute.
Unmute her.
Okay, for visitors, yeah, I've been just going back through our old roster and sending the link to some people that quit the group or maybe haven't visited in a while, just to see if maybe they want to join us for this group. So I'll continue to do that.
Good.
Yeah, great.
Not just anyone though. I mean, people that we have definitely met before and know are legitimate business.
Right, good.
Yeah.
Okay, Susan, would you like to talk about what you?
Well, I just, I'm just sending out the email. So Major is sending out the Zoom emails, and I'm just kind of reiterating on that. And so if anyone's not on the email list, let me know so I can add you to that. I guess we need to put together another list of all of our businesses so that I can start sending those out on the emails as well. So I'll try to recreate those, all the members that we have in there now. So make sure
Yeah, I was
that we're
gonna-
all on that. So that it can be attached to the email, so you can go to the email and you can go find the list.
Yeah, I was going to say that if you have anyone that you want to add to the list that I'm sending out, please send them to me. I'll be happy to add to them.
Okay,
Okay.
does anybody have any community announcements they would like to make before we go?
I have something to say. I just did a check-in for the New Horizons lunch group so that people will know that we're still meeting. I don't know if you can see my phone, but I took a picture, the gallery picture of all of us meeting here. And I put that in my post so people can see that we're meeting. And I
Excellent.
I
Excellent.
ended it
Doris.
saying, join us next Wednesday at noon on Zoom and tell us about your business. So hopefully people will see that and maybe we can get some new people from that. On a community service note, we're still having Zoom webinars so that we can tell people things that they might be able to do to help themselves both with their health and or their wealth. We're doing one at 8 o'clock tonight, and I'll be doing another one myself tomorrow at 7 p.m. So if you know someone who's looking to make money because they've lost their job or just protect their health, please send them my way. We'd be happy to assist.
All right.
Okay, anybody else got a community announcement?
I don't.
Okay, I would like to ask for y'all's prayer for a friend of mine. I take care of several seniors, and one of my seniors came down with a very bad fever, which we're afraid of is the virus.
Oh, no.
But in the process, she lost her balance and hit her head on the kitchen cabinet on her way down, and has split her head open. And so she's in the hospital right now, having to get her head put back together. They're going to put staples in, but she's alone. She has nobody up there. The only thing I can do is talk to her on the telephone. So if you can think of praying for Valerie, I would appreciate you praying for her in whenever you have your prayer times. I would appreciate
Absolutely.
We'll do it.
Definitely.
Okay, Major, thank you very much for putting this all together, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. And if somebody would like to be the speaker for next week, please let us know. Shoot me an email or something, and we'll put you on as the 20-minute speaker, and we'll try and keep as close as we can to what our normal meetings look like until we can get back together again. So thank you all very much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good
See y'all
job.
later.
Bye.
Kristen, good to see you.
Yes, Kristen.
Bye. Great seeing you, Kristen. Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Stay
Everybody.
safe,
Bye,
everybody.
Imran.
Bye.
Everybody.
Bye.